Hello. Hi. I'm back again. My name is Salmesh and I'm a Salesforce and AI consultant. So today we are going to talk about two new giants that have been released 24 hours ago, approximately. And this is something which I did tremendous research over the day. I did watch multiple people's their opinions about these two models, that is Opus 4.6 and Codex 5.3, and understood how they're using in their respective tech stacks like iOS, full stack, backend, e-commerce applications, etc. But this is something which did really help me gain as to what is happening around these two models. But everyone is saying that it is converging. The models are actually converging. That means they are finding some similarities as to how they are approaching towards the problem. And there is a key distinct. Flawed code model, which is Opus 4.6, is able to work more fluently, is able to give responses very promptly, like immediately, and then even doing the things that we didn't ask. That's on the Opus 4.6. 5.3 is more of like 10x engineers, and then is able to help solve the problems, architect the solutions, and then put it in plain way that no one could ever do, which the earlier models weren't doing. Like, of course, they're able to solve the problem, but it is 10x from those models. But which model wins is something which I did try to find over the 24 hours, but it's not about what wins, but how platform aware they are when it is coming to Salesforce. Because Salesforce really punishes us. Because we have governor limits, we have multiple clouds, and on top of that, we have agent force, and we have data cloud, and we have integration, different layer, and everything, right? So, how does it really happen? Is something which I wanted to check, and that's what we're going to do. So to find out whether it is convergence or intelligence, because both the models have dropped on the same day, which didn't happen till now. And here I'm not going to review or judge or something like that. Rather, I'll build. We have three tests like real Apex, real components, building with real constraints. Let's freaking go. Right. Now we have three tests, as I mentioned earlier. One is a governor limit trap. Can both the models diagnose where the code is breaking in production? Can a single prompt given to both the models at the same time help build the component? And spec coding versus vibe coding. So there's a lot of difference, and we're going to discuss this in detail as we give it the prompt and see how it is approaching towards the solution. And finally, we will evaluate but not judge. Let's go. So now coming to the governor limit trap, we are going to understand that whether it is finding the buried problems from this code, like whichever model that is, and is it helping us solve the problem? And let's put the code which gives first inside the org and then see how it goes. Like the main stress test over here is whether it can really find the real issue, right? Really find the issue and then help solve fix it. All right. Now you can see my setup. On the left hand side, I have war running with Opus 4.6 with Cloud Code. And then I have Codex on the right hand side with GPT-5.3 Codex and medium effort. So both are I have put medium, and let's see how they work. All right. Now let's get the code. So this is the whole code, right? And I'm giving it here. And I'm giving it here. I'll just ask if it can find the issue. Shoot. And again, shoot. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Both did give at the same time. We'll go with the cloud code and I'll see if I can put it inside the org and it should run. Of course, but before that, let's understand whether it has found the real issues. So now I'll just keep myself here. And then again, we can see here, the code here is good. Let's check that later. But the main part is whether it has understood the issues. SQL inside the loop, DML inside the loop, and the list has no row assignments, which can happen. And then multiple contacts in one transaction. You may update same account repeatedly with computing values. Okay, that's good. So bulk safe pattern is something that it has proposed. And let's see how it goes here. SQL, yes. DML, yes. No null check. Okay. Field API name inconsistency. So it uses, oh, nice. That's nice. I didn't realize that I have given it. That's good. While say for this case intends to for API name, this suggests a possible typo. Okay. Right. So what are the fixes? Queries moved outside the loop, DML moved outside the loop, early written, and null check. Perfect. So what it has done, it did not do the summary, but it has fixed the code. Let me just take this up and put it inside Salesforce. Now we have Salesforce here. I'll go. We have developer console, file, new Apex trigger, and then I'll name it as contact trigger. Okay, great. Okay, I'm not able to search it directly. Okay, I'll go to see contact, contact. Contact, that is. Okay, great. Duplicate. Okay, I'll name it as contact trigger one and then submit it. And save this and let's see how it goes. What's the problem? No such email on case. That shouldn't be the case. Okay. Let me quickly check my object manager. Okay. That really is a problem. Email and next and email and the next. Have to wait. Okay, great. Next and save it and then save it. Perfect. So it did save. So let's check the code. So it is having list that cases to update and account email map from where it has to get in an update to the case. Perfect. It is iterating over the contacts. Okay. Email and then over contact email. Okay. But it's not there equal. Okay. For case. Okay. It's cases to update. The list it has initialized over here. And then it is updating at the same time without anything inside the loop. That is really good. Like it was able to understand and interpret and then give us the solution, and it is very fast. As I mentioned earlier, it is really fast. So this is good. Let's remember this and then come back later. Now as we go forward, this is where the level increases, whether it can actually help us create the component. So let's see by giving it the actual solution. Right now I have it. I'll ask it to build. I'll ask this to build. Name the component as contact search opus, right? Name the component as contact search. Good. Enter and let's enter. So here I have given the instruction to have a differentiation of the component names. So let's see how it goes. It is trying to understand the existing project. Okay. So this one as well the same. Now let's, okay, this is good. It is trying to directly go into the arc. I did ask it to name the component. So it is trying to search, but let's see. Okay, it did try already. Okay. Okay. So while we are here, I want to set an expectation for the next task that is more of like about the spec and then vibe coding. So everyone loves vibe coding. I definitely agree with that. Of course, the one who coined the term is now agreeing with the agentic engineering. And I'll tell you why the same has happened so that we can understand how it is going to help us towards the thinking of agentic engineering and why it is required. Like, I'm not saying I'm against the vibe coding or vibe coding shouldn't be there, but it doesn't work in the long run. So let's discuss about it in detail in the next one. Now we have it. Great. Apex controller, HTML, JS, and then this one targeting account object only. Perfect. Now let's ask it to deploy. What is this? Okay. Now I have something surprise for you guys. So now I'm going to speak here. As I speak here, a transcription will appear on the screen. And this is my first personal project that I'm working on in transcribing the voice. So I'll just complete that. Now let's start it. Can you please deploy these components to the org? That's it. You can see I spoke, I did not do anything. It just this. I'll just put the same one here. Let's see if both of these will be able to deploy. They should be able to. They should be able to without any issues. Let's see how it goes. And the one that I'm building personally where I did talk and then it transcribed onto the screen is named as Sotto, which does mean in Italian to speaking softly. So as we speak, it does help understand the agent built inside will understand what I'm speaking. It will convert and then be able to put into text on the screen. Given that, where we are working. So are we working on coding screen or are we working on just notes or are we journaling or are we doing any Discord, Slack or something like that so that it can adopt the personality and then present as the text accordingly. So what I have said is different. The one that has it has transcribed is different. So it has a personality that can shift and then be able to give the text on the screen. Now you can see, perfect. So both are deployed, no issues. Now let's go to the Salesforce. Okay, I have this. The form that's gone. And I'll click on edit page and we shall add these here side by side so that we can understand which one is working properly or not. Okay, we are here, and let's go to custom components, contact search, codex. Okay, contact search, Opus. Both are same. Let's see how it goes. Do we have contacts? Yeah. So I'll type read. No, this is bad. This is good. I don't know. Like I wasn't able to find the above one was the codex one, but the below one is the actual one that we built with codex. Sorry, Opus 4.6. So this one is working. This isn't working. That the gap. Of course, we need to debug and understand what the issue was, but that's again another topic. So we did understand which one was working, which one isn't working. Remember this, and we'll talk later. Now on to the track. We have this last one, which consists of two rounds. So here, this is very different than the usual one. I'm going to give a vibe coding part and then the spec coding part, stress testing even more to the another level. Whether will the model be able to architect and give us a solution and then implement it? Of course, for the first one, we'll ask it to build and see if it is architecting the solution. And then again, give the spec part and then see align, like understand how they're able to work properly and take the actual requirements into the consideration, considering the Salesforce limitations. Of course, we are not giving that Salesforce does work like this or something like this because Cloud Code and Codex has the features of web searching, which I was unsure of for the Codex at least till day before yesterday. But now, as I was seeing the other people doing it, it was really good that it is able to do the web search. Now, with the web search, they'll be able to understand what are all the documentation present, what are the limitations present for synchronous, asynchronous, for different types of concepts. We have Salesforce documentation available. So if it stuck, it will ask. If it is not stuck, it will further proceed. So let's see with the plan mode for both of these in two different applications. All right, now here we are. So I'll go with round one. Like I just want to give this. I'll shift to plan mode. And here, do I have plan mode? Yes, perfect. I have plan mode. Now I'll click this. I'll click this. Okay. We don't have any territory code. We don't have any management code or something like that. Sorry for that. We don't have anything related to the territory management or something. But let's see how they're able to interpret the existing code base with the vibe coding part so that, you know, it will be like we can evaluate whether it is actually asking us the questions if there are any that needs to fill gaps for the development. Mhm. Now you see, it is like it is running two explore agents, like where it is deploying some tools and then finding the code base and understanding for one that is lead and territory code and project patterns and structure. So let's see. Okay, I found a usable lead, which is a strong candidate. No. Which implementation should we use for automatic lead assignment? Apex plus mapping, lead assignment rules, flow based. Okay, so given the requirement, which we didn't specify anything, like just by coding, I'll just go with the Apex plus mapping. Continue. What should define a lead territory for routing? Okay, use region field. If no territory mapping matches, what should happen? Queue fallback. So there would be a default queue, and that would be. Okay. The project already has territory to configure, but only property. Trigger handler base class and custom metadata pattern. Before I design this, I need to clarify few things. Okay. Let it come back. Okay, it come back. Okay. When should the automation reassign leads on update? It should happen during the insertion because that would be the actual sense, because there will be a lot of leads might be coming from external systems, and maybe like during the insertion it has to be updated for the respective owner. So, continue. How should you choose a fallback? All right, now let's see this. How should territories be defined for lead management? Custom metadata, standard territory two. I'll go with custom metadata, match fields. Which lead fields? Okay. State or country, trigger event, same, likewise. Distribution. I would like to go with round robin. Let's submit. What should each territory map to? Mixed target types. Okay, the same one that Cloud Code just asked us. Custom metadata. All right. Now let's see how it implements the plan. You see, guys. So I've only given only one line of input, and it was able to interpret what is actually needed from the code base. Just imagine if this kind of agents literally running inside your org, having all this setup kind of access, non-setup kind of access with agent force knowledge, when to create agent, when not to create an agent, and then when to be able to uh, you know use the validation rule or flow custom validation or write Apex or write flows. Like just imagine how that would be. That's like an agent forms, like group of agents inside Salesforce that would literally pick up anything and then does the work for you with a single prompt. I mean, I don't know. That is something which I am looking into, because these things that I'm testing or that we are using is outside Salesforce. So it doesn't have really the context of the org, the context of the business, the context of the constraints, users, roles, profiles, usage, data, and everything. Of course, when it comes to data, agents cannot be trusted. Maybe like most of the people would not trust AI being in the production, like which are being hosted outside. So that's something, yeah. So that's, I don't know, like these are the thoughts which I get as I work on multiple tools. All right, so it has created a plan. Lead territory assignment metadata, region, Apex custom metadata records, seed. All right, all right. Test case and scenarios. Okay. I don't want it to implement the plan. Let's wait for the Opus 4.6. Right. So earlier I was telling about the important factor that needs to be considered between vibe coding and spec coding. As I mentioned, I'm not against the vibe coding. I like vibe coding, but spec coding is something that really drives the building of a product or a service or logic, because AI has enabled us or everyone to code without any requirements or without any technical knowledge or functional knowledge, which is good. Good, that is good, because it is accessible for everyone to build what they want, automate the task and everything. But on an enterprise level, spec coding does matter, because coding helps get things done, but engineering will really help construct the solution that survive in the long run. So that's the kind of shift that is happening. So what I would suggest or recommend or force you to think in a way is about to understand how you can think about engineering the problem rather than just solving the problem. So that is more of like understanding the business, their intention to have the agents or AI in the very first place, and then see what are the potential solutions or tech stack that is present, and then take it up further for the development and then see where it goes. Either it is for AI for development or AI for business enhancements. Okay, so it is going to write the right final plan. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, okay. Oh, this is pretty hefty, but yeah, let's go through it. Now, Lead territory assignment with round robin, the means automatic lead assignment, follows existing trigger handler, custom metadata. Metadata. Of course, it is assignment, it is rule. That's good. It is not conflict. Of course, plans aren't stored inside the code base, of course. So there's no way that they can refer these. They're existing in that particular conversation context. Right. Object and field, and then field. Okay, field, and then the sample records. That's great. And then we have rule name, and then okay, custom object, that is like my developer name of metadata record and current round, because metadata cannot be updated. So that is the reason it is trying to have a custom object. That is good. Trigger, okay. No conflict. Public event doesn't mutate leads, okay. Handler and assignment service. Core logic flow, early exit if no leads, load active rules, reach load, find the best, group leads, okay. Key method, edge cases, test data factory, okay. The test class. This is good. This is good. Now, let's give us the spec that we have already defined, right? Like, let's see how this interprets with clear definition that this is something that needs to be done, right? Because often what it gives is something correct. And here where I suggest you go with the plan mode and ensure that you iterate on the solution building with the model rather than just doing the problem solving or handing it off to AI. That's not recommended, or it is not a good practice as well, because it's the real data that we're dealing with. Of course, we build it in the sandbox, but it goes inside the production. So testing different scenarios, that's on us. Building, you hand off it. But how should it be built? That's where you think first and then second AI. So that's how the shift should be, rather than just giving it everything that needs to be done. There was an article by Cloud people that was released where they have tested real engineers who did lost the ability or fell down about the software engineering upon having the AI as a resistant in coding. I'll put that link in the description. You can definitely read it. It's worth reading to help you understand how it is making, I mean, or giving brain fog, particularly it's in development era. Because if you don't know the basics, or if you are finding it hard to learn the basics, then you're not fit to work with AI, because whatever knowledge you claim is the same knowledge the AI will have, right? You don't know about iOS, but you ask it to build an iOS product. It builds something, you unit test it, it is failing, and you won't understand the error. You'll go to Perplexity or Claude or ChatGPT again and come back, give the requirement, it does something, again error. So this one only hit the limits or burn the cards, right? Like credit cards I'm talking about. So that's not a best practice. So you think first and then go to the AI. Now that we have given this, let's see how it interprets the problem and then rewrites a plan and then develop it. Yes, potential will let me check the existing metadata format, then create everything. We don't have anything. We can create everything. Right, right, right. So now that it is doing some things, should we handle a missing unassigned leads queue? Assignment wait. Okay, that's good. Should put it blank or first character something option. Default to list. Okay. Let that's good thinking actually. So it is thinking of the solution that might really happen during the production instance. When we bulk update the data or bulk insert the data from external systems, it might happen. Skip auto assignment. Okay, nice. Nice. Both this codex is still writing. Opus has gone to the peaks. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It was really fast. I thought this one would complete first. The codex would complete first, but yeah. All right. Custom objects and fields, metadata XML, and the core logic over here. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just tell Plot to do differently. Again, go here. You can proceed with the development. Ensure you append or prefix opus for each and every component you create and deploy into the org, and you can ignore the test classes. You can proceed with the development, ensure you append or prefix opus for each and every component you create and deploy into the org. Perfect. I spoke, I stopped, it put it on the screen. Enter. Now let's tell the codex the same. You can proceed with the development and ensure you append or prefix each and every component with codex. Pending. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. It happens. That's a testing point. Yeah, cool. I'll have to take that later. Submit. Okay. Okay. So that's good. So let's see how it goes. You want to make okay. Yeah, I want to. I want to. I want to. I'm just trying to create some fields for the metadata. That's the naming convention that it has changed. So you can this is nice. I don't know what to say because Opus 4.6 is it's like it's just going like I don't know what to say like bullet train maybe. It's really going like a bullet train and it's completing the first. It has already completed 3 tasks. I don't know where how the deployment goes. That's where it really helps us evaluate the models because it has written that's good, but will it deploy? So that's where we need to check. Like, sorry for that screen moment. I'm new to OBS, so I'm just getting confused. So, oh, it has already completed creating the component. It has started the deployment. Wonderful. Let's see how it goes. It's still thinking. Okay. Lead fields deployed. Perfect. Deploying the class and trigger. Okay. I mean, I don't have any words because you see it here, right? Worked for 4 minutes 52 seconds. That's it. Okay. So we have territory opus, territory assignment opus, lead custom fields apex. Perfect. So how it works on a lead, the trigger files and the delegates to service stage matching lead touch with mad again territory opus state region tiebreaker is multiple territory share state postal code first digits 0 to 2 east. Okay. Weighted round robin picks user with lowest current load or assignment weight ratio, gives user where current load is greater than wow. Load tracking implements current load on assigned user. Callback no match or all users at capacity assigns unassigned queue. Nice. What do we have here? Gordon limit profile. 3 SQL queries total. Territories assignment with for update queue. 2 DML operations, update leads, update assignment counters. Okay. Let's wait for this and we go back and then test it. This is nice. Like now you understand it, which is really good. I don't know what to say. It's it did do like in Flash. It's like Flash man. That's it. Like God. And Killa new. So what are all present inside these records? Field custom object territory focus. So it's the metadata. Oh, nice. You didn't even create the metadata, so it directly created the object. Is it okay? Okay. All right. Territory opus. Okay. So let's see how it is. We have territory opus query editor. So ID territory. There are no records. So we'll have to set the records. Let me see if territory opus. No, they are not present. So we will have to go to here and tabs. Did it complete? Not yet. Let's wait. I do remember that I asked it to oh can ignore test classes. I did not mention that. That's a miss from my side. Fine. What you probably do is you can ignore test class. Oh, for purpose, ignore the test class. Yes. Right. Now territory opus. Okay, perfect. Now what do we have here? None. Written new record. East, east, state, maybe, um, um, I'll take TN, Tennessee. New lead coming in as Killa and new. That's we have given like double check territory bus. Yeah, state TN. Let's see how this goes. I don't know whether it works or not, but yeah, nice. Insufficient permission, secure query internal. Oh, 106. So something is happening. Let's check that. What's it saying? The directory. It did complete. Okay. Now what do we have? Handler. Okay. Yes, okay. I like the way it has broken down the structure, except for this. That I didn't expect that. Okay. So what it is saying? Or not six. It's security enforced. Ah, I understood. This is where I find it hard on how we can make it more into the context solving. Right? We have active, we have region state directory name. Okay. You see, right? It did not assign to me. So how can we solve this problem? The biggest problem that needs to be solved is making these as something that should be running after implementing everything and then checking. I describe as object or something like that. Like there should be something away. I need to research that so that it can solve the permissions, profiles, or the permission sets issues as well. Right now, let's try it once again, one last time. Again, nice. So it is saying 131 this time. So what is 131? What that one is saying, but territory assignment opus. Nice. This is something which again I'll need to go to tabs because here that's how it right. Like we did not create metadata, but it create two different objects. I don't know why. That's a gap or maybe I missed giving proper parts. So okay, so this is good. And this is good. Let's go next. Maybe it has okay. So that's the reason we see the code as this one. Sorry. No, this one. 0 is east, 1 is east, again 2 is east, 3 south, 4 south, 5 north. So we did not create metadata, but hard coded everything here, which can be done converted to this metadata part. Okay. Now what do we have here? Okay. Territory assignment opus. Okay, assignment number, assignment weight. I have current load. I have territory, which is looking up. Okay, perfect. I have this. Now let's check the field level security for all. Okay, this is good. Nope, it's failing here. Failing here again. And okay. All right. Let's go here and then refresh the page. All right, we got it. Uh, what do we have? What do we have? Oh no, sorry, my bad. Directory assignment Opus. I'll remove all this page layouts with this nozzle. Put it here. Current load, territory, and user. Okay, perfect. Now I understand why it will create the metadata. Since it has to update this detail, it has gone entirely with the custom objects and it keep those hard-coded mappings, of course, which can be maintained in the metadata. But yeah, that's that's good. OMG. Now that's the part. How do I get it? New one. I don't know. Maybe. Um, Field and then the comment weight. Field accessibility. Assignment number. Okay. Assignment weight. Required. Okay. Current load. Editable. Territory. It's editable. Sir. Okay. Move it to this part. Perfect. East and then I'll assign to this particular user. Current load 0. Okay, let's see how it goes now. Should work. Perfect. That's it. Yeah, so like it's just the gap in the way we are handling the so-called what do we say? Um, maybe the post-deployment part, right? We usually have post-deployment steps inside Salesforce. So they are something which needs to be trained for the models. Yeah. Now what do we have here? Yeah, I don't know. Let's test it. Let's test it. Codex directory assignment. It did go the same. Okay, codex active, codex engine, codex state. I don't know. I don't know whether they both discussed or something like that, but both are really safe, literally safe. Maybe it has referred the objects. Yeah, it did refer the objects, so this one would also work as same. But let's test it because the LWC component did not work as expected, which was bad. But let's see how this one works, even if it has copied or something like that. Okay, okay, cool, cool. Let's say cut. Nice. This is already present. Okay, and this one. Okay, cool. All right, all right. I'll go with this one. Now let's go to tabs and add these. One is codex territory. I'll go with the chest. Next. Okay, we have one more object to go. Perfect. Now let's refresh. Okay, we have codex territories. Let's create them. Let's go with West now. And then West with FL. I don't know where they stay, but yeah. Assignment. Okay, okay. Codex territory West. Where is user? Okay, let's test it. That's strange codex active. I have it, but I'm not sure why. So then to turn it to page layer. Mm, I'm looking at the wrong one. This is codex territory assignment. So I'll have to go to codex. Right, and we have fields. Okay, this is the one that we need to have. And then I'll click on this. It's present. Okay, that's cool. Um, okay, perfect. All I did is select the user. Maybe. Yes, right. Maybe let's create. So I will add overall is spoken. So I'll take and read maybe for this purpose. Okay, cool, perfect. Now we have it. Let's save it and then go here. Let's go to leads and then create and test how it goes. Should work. I don't know. Gala product. And they come from FL. Okay, it did not assign. As per the logic, it should, but it did not. So let's see. I did create a record in Codex territory and also the assignment, but it didn't assign the user. Am I doing something wrong? Wow. Let's be real. Codex state, yeah. This is FL. Our lead is FL. Maybe query the latest leads plus okay and plus okay. I found the unit root cause. Assignment record has weight 0, which makes it ineligible by design. So it falls back to assigning the user. So checking why the lead codex fields are unqueryable in our org right now. Wow. That's the gap. So hmm, now you understand, guys. So here, like this is something which is default by design. Here, assignment weight was given as 50 by default. Codex territory assignment has given it as 0. Now let's test it to 10 and then try again. And this time it should work. FL and say bad, bad, very bad. When assignment is excluded because it's 0, I'll update to valid positive that can create an FL record. Okay, proceed further. I did update, but it not. It's something which is very, I don't know, like Opus was able to do it, cooked in under less than 5 minutes, but it's called escape. What is current load? User is active. Set this field, then retry. I've already done that. But yeah, since it is asking you to do it, call this territory and then wow. See, it is saying two, but it is not assigning us a user. That is really bad. Is the user inactive? He is active. He is system admin, so should be able to assign. That's really strange. Codex verify. Okay, we did try something. Again, you can see codex test. This is the one. FL. Nope, it did not work. It is saying that this field and number positive number, for example, 100. Okay, how much is the number now? Okay, I'll do this and I'll go 100 leads new, maybe my last test, and I'm gonna go like 3 state FL, and then I'll save it. But what is this? Wow, it's not even working now. Let me just close it and open it. So this is thick, but can't do much. So that's it, guys. Now we have the clear understanding of what the models are. Now let's go cut it and end the part. Now, I would say 10 out of 10 for both. Yeah. Full stack build, 10 out of 10. 0, maybe 5 for it to build and then it didn't work. 3A part, vibe coding part, yes, it is good. It did came up with a solution. They both came up with a solution. And spec coding, yes, it did pass. But here it's, I don't know, maybe 4. Platform awareness, 7.5. Yeah, they go same. Shoulder plus, yes. Shoulder plus, yes. So yeah, so that's it. So we have Opus 4.6 and 5.3. We saw the results. We understood what it is. And yeah, they are opposite in nature. They're not converging, right? They are thinking similar, but not arriving at the same point. So this is all about intelligence. And I find Opus 4.6 the best now because it was able to diagnose, full stack build, and then wipe code, and then give us architecture, and then spec code. It was able to work. Of course, some changes, metadata and all, that can improve as we talk with the model, and then give with the proper right direction for it to implement. So that is not a problem. But Codex, on the other hand, did fail with the same specification that I have mentioned. So that's it for today, guys. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Substack, and here on YouTube for latest videos like this with deep dives and also some other small things as it comes. And stay connected, stay hydrated, stay healthy. Thank you.